Hey everybody, Mark Thane, LaSal Mountain Outfitters. Got a new bow for us to check out today. This is the bow we've all been waiting for. We feel very fortunate to have one. Not a lot of shops have them right now, but it's the Mathews Halon X. I had the opportunity to shoot this bow at the ATA show, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, I'd heard all the hype about it and people talking about it and how great of a bow it was, but of course you're a little skeptical until you shoot the bow and see the bow in person. Anyway, all I could say is when I came home from the ATA show, I couldn't wait to get this bow in my hand. I'd never shot a bow in my life that I felt so comfortable with and shot so well and was so dead in hand as the Halon X. I shoot an HTR right now. Love it. I have a hard time putting it down. I think it's probably one of the most accurate bows I've ever shot in my life until this bow's come along. And anyway, to dig into the bow a little bit, it's IBO speed. It's a fast bow, shooting right around 330 feet per second and 75% let off, and we have the 75% mods on it today. Axle to axle, it's 35 inches long. So it's got a nice long axle to axle, which is really nice. The physical weight on it is 4.94 pounds. Brace height's hung it in there right at 7 inches, which is perfect. You want a 7-inch brace height. So this bow's got everything going for it. 35 inches to inches axle, 7-inch brace height. It's a little heavier than normal bows, but you want a heavy bow if you're gonna shoot competition and use it at that kind of level. I like kind of a heavier bow myself. It makes me a little more stable. You can get it in draw weights from 50 to 60, 60 to 70 pounds. Draw lengths from 26 inches to 30.5. So, and you've got the different modules. You can do the 75% in that from 26.5 up to 30.5, or you can do the 80% let off the same way, 26.5, 30.5. The cams are a cross-centric cam or a mini cross-centric. I know the Halon has the larger cross-centric. The Halons right now we can't keep in stock, just an absolute phenomenal bow. This bow MSRP right now is running right around $12.99. I know we're selling them at $11.99. So we're really excited to give this thing a try today. What we're shooting for equipment, we have the K-Tech stabilizers, the 10-inch stabilizer. I like K-Techs. Great stabilizer. I shoot them on my bow. I like them. I like the ergonomics. I like they're thin and sleek. Very nice, but you can pack a lot of weight on them. We're shooting an Axion 5-pin sight. Axion, great sight. We just kind of got this on for demo, and we're shooting the Ultra Rest, the Hunter Rest, so it's kind of an inexpensive rest, around $59. So what we're going to be shooting out this bow today is going to be shot on stuff that most people would put on their bow. You know, a lot of guys are going to go high end on this, anything from a ham ski to you know, a limb driver to whatever. But we're gonna shoot this setup today and see how it does. What else? AAE wrist sling, shooting on the down cable. So we'll give her a try, and we'll go over and paper tune it and see how it does. Paper tune it, see how it tunes. Okay. So this bow's been here about, a little over a week now. We've done no adjustments. It's had, I don't know how many arrows shot out of it. A lot, I can tell you that. Everybody that I put it on Facebook that I had it, and they were in here to shoot it. So that gives you a good idea. This hole is phenomenal. And to get that kind of a tune hole, I mean, that was the first thing I seen with the HTR. That's what I've seen with the HTX, the Halon, and now this bow. That is a perfect tune hole. And for a bow that is just very well put together. So next we're going to try a few arrows out of it through the chronograph and kind of see what it's got for speed. What we're going to do is we're going to shoot a VAP made by Victory Archery. This arrow's weighing right in at 320 grains. So it's pretty light shaft, but at the same time, a great shaft for you know, FITA, for outdoor, big sky open, any of that. Very narrow, very thin shaft, fly through the air real well. Wind won't affect it all that much. So anyway, we'll give this a try. Shooting right at 312 feet a second. This bow is 60 pounds, so it's not a 70-pound bow. It's our demo bow. So, and I've got it maxed out at 60 pounds. We're shooting a 28-inch draw right now. It's the only mod we could get, so we're a little short, so that's gonna slow the speed down just a little bit. But as you'll see, this bow's still plenty fast at 28 inches, and we're shooting the 75% mod. .311 feet per second at 28 inches. That's pretty darn good. Now we're going to shoot the new Pierce arrow by Gold Tip. This is an awesome shaft. My guys are all really liking them. Again, a lot like the Nano, very narrow. Great arrow so far. We're really liking this. It's in the Kinetic series through Gold Tip. So if you get a chance to check out these Pierces, you really need to go in and get you a dozen or a half a dozen of them and play with them. We're shooting an acu point on the end of this, and see how this one does. Right, 300 feet a second. Now that arrow's weighing in right at 350 grains. So again, great arrow, and for as narrow as it is, it's pretty heavy, but a 350 grain arrow is perfect. Now this is my arrow that I shoot. This is a Hunter 400, Pro Hunter. I'm shooting the Q2I vanes as we shoot Q2I vanes on all of our shafts. We've went to Q2I exclusively. Love their fletch. If you've never had an opportunity to shoot them, you need to try the Q2I fletch. Stick great to the shaft. And if you can see these, this arrow here probably has over 350, if not 400 rounds on it. The fletches are still very clean, very nice, and they don't wrinkle, none of that. So great fletch. As I said, this arrow's weighing right in at 350 grains as well. Shooting a nib on the end, 100 grain, 400 Pro. .297, a little thicker shaft, a little bigger shaft, but still very generous speed if you're shooting 3D and all that good stuff. IBO, you're over the limit. So at 60 pounds, this bow will put out as much speed as you want it to put out. 3D, you know, whatever. And if you're shooting something like the Big Sky Open. So, you know, the arrows work great, plenty of speed out of this bow. So now we're going to shoot a typical hunting arrow. This is a 340 Pro Gold Tip. This arrow is weighing in at just about 410 grains. So this is something that you'd shoot out in the field with your broadhead or whatever, typical hunting arrow. So let's see what it does. .276, it's 60 pounds, 28 inches. That's very good. That's a great speed. It's lots faster than my HTR shooting that arrow. So anyway, and my HTR is shooting 70 pounds. So that shows you what this bow will do. So anyway, shooting, you know, 4 different shafts, everything you'd shoot out in the field to hunting. This bow does phenomenal. It'll shoot them all, and it shoots them all great. So next, we'll do a couple shots into the bail, see how it feels and how it shoots, and go from there. All right, we're going to take a couple shots out of this, see how it performs. So anyway, again, we're shooting Gold Tip Hunter Pro 400, weighing in right at 350 grains. Very nice smooth draw. The bow's got an awesome wall. No no jump, no vibration. Just an absolute joy to shoot. Anyway, the Halon X, made by Mathews. Once again, Matt McPherson has knocked it out of the park. This bow is, like I said, his MSRP is at $12.99. We're selling them at $11.99. Come on in for a test drive.